So we're holding at the end part of Chodesh Sivan. This is like after Shavuot, after Kabbalas Torah. You know, it's after the crazy war that's been reignited now, but now with a whole new level with Iran. And we had a postponement of our wonderful Levi gig. It was a little bit hard for me, I'll be honest. But Hashem runs everything, and he even put out a new song, Restore Me. It's beautiful. So it's going forward. It's about, because even if things look a little bit testing right now, we have to find a way forward. And one of the most important ways to go forward in life is to go with the Torah Kedosha, because Torah, in every Zman, in every Tekufa that we're in, the Torah Kedosha, especially, that was the whole point. It was given by Midbar Sinai, it was given in the Midbar. This week's Parsha Shlach Lecha Anoshim is giving us our Shlichus. It's also, if you take Shlach Lecha, it's also the gematria of Shulchan. The Lecha is the same, the table. Everyone has a Shlichus, a mission to do, and everyone has a table in front of them to perform that mission. And what do you use a table for? To have beautiful sudas together for bring-ins, to learn Torah together like we're doing now. And the Shulchan Aruch also represents the Shulchan Aruch. Everything should be clear. Hashem wants us to clarify. It's one of the big things I've been writing about recently. Hashem wants us to be very clear, and part of having clear das, knowing the das Torah, is to know who our enemies are, know who we are, and know who our enemies are. And that's what's coming clearer and clearer as we're getting to the end part of exile. So we have the blessing of learning the holy Sefer Tanya, and in the Tanya there's a summary that my holy brother Shmuel Diamond put a lot of time into. I don't know if you've met him. He did come to my house, a special person, and he organized Tanya because the Baal Hatanya was like the Rav of Chassidim. He was like the Rav. They used to call him the Litvak, but he basically had this tremendous seichel, and he was able to organize all the Torahs of the Baal Shem Tov who we have here. He was able to make Seder of the Baal Shem Tov, and he was Shneur Zalman there of Eliyahu. He was able to bring out the light of the Niglas Torah and the Nisas Torah. That's why it's called Shnei Or. His name is Shnei Or, Shneur Zalman. And that represents, he brought out the two aspects of Torah, like we had the two luchas. Did you know, what's the Mazel of Sivan? Do you know what the Mazel of Sivan is? You know what the constellation is, Sivan? So it's two mims, twins. So either joining together Torah Shabbat Peh, Torah Shabbat Ksav, or Torah's Nista, or Torah's Nigla. The revealed Torah and the hidden Torah. That's one of the important things. Shneur Zalman.
What Tammuz is?
Tammuz is like a crab kind of thing. Cancer, yeah. Crab. It's pretty rough chodesh, yeah. So that's why Hashem gives us a special slichas. Just before we get to Tammuz, we're going to bring that up in a minute, thank you. Before we get to Tammuz, it's a harder time, but the Shem Havai is not in Seder. Things aren't organized. It's a bit of a balagan chodesh, the summer months. Let's admit, during the rest of the year, you have more of a Seder. Comes the summer months. 2 big months, Tammuz and Av, the months of the eyes, says B'nai Yisrael. We have another holy sefer here. Comes, it's a testing time. Like even right now, the Raglim, in this week's Parsha, they're looking at Israel. People who are coming here and thinking, wow, scary, there's these giants, these missiles, it's scary, but we have to remember there's a shlichus for us. And thank God, Bibi, I think in the first time fully, is doing his full shlichus right now, taking out Iran. This is really what he was here for. And it's really happening finally, Baruch Hashem. And each of us have our own unique mission. Now, Azi has his, Sami has his, and Ari has his, and everyone else here has their mission, and each person needs to get to know themselves. And it's a beautiful thing to have a mission. So the Baal Hatanya, right, this Perek, Lamed Hey is, the way I remember it, is La, to her. Yeah, there's a deep concept, the concept of the Shechina Kedosha, which is feminine. We want to try and make this place a dwelling for Hashem. A dwelling, Eretz Yisrael is about bringing the Shechina. Yeah, it says a dwelling place below, it says, Shmuel Diamond, how to understand this whole next part of Tanya is about bringing a dwelling place for Hashem in the lowest realms. We ended off the last Perek about Simcha. And one of the ways you bring the Shechina, they bring Hashem's revelation. Hashem, you want to have more relation with Hashem? You have to have more joy. And that can be hard. Right now, things are more closed. It's a little bit triggering. I don't know if you're feeling it. I'm feeling it. A little bit triggering from the Corona days and, Hashem Shemenu. It's a little bit of a challenging tekufa. But comes Hashem and says, no, The simcha b'tov dalet amishal halacha. There's simcha when you're learning Torah. There's simcha when you work on yourself and you control yourself a little bit. The simcha, yes, a little bit of a shir. So we have the opportunity with the summary of this Tanya. We realize in order to bring Hashem into that place of simcha, we have to obviously prepare it. We have to make chim. One of the most important concepts of my son told me, came back from the army base. This is amazing. Listen to this, Sammy. My oldest son, he has a chavrusa now with his mifakedet. Yeah, his mifakedet. She grew up in, I think, in Eliezer or somewhere like that, and he's learning with her the parsha. He was learning Orach HaKodesh, and he told me over a Torah that he learned with her about being meichin the neiris. We have to, in order to bring light to this world.
She was not religious, right?
No, she's religious. She was. Yeah, and you have to bring down the light. She's mechazaking him. She's holding. Baruch Hashem arranged the good chavrusa in the army. Yeah, she's holding in Torah. So we have to understand. So this idea that in order to bring light, you have to prepare the kelim, the vessels. And you want to have light in your life. You want to have clarity. You want to be able to have simcha. Simcha and clarity go together. We say in Ala Michya or Ala Eitz for Priyagofin, Samcheni Vidyana. Hashem should make us happy with the building. We talked about this before. So it's also the concept of Bina. Bina is also the concept of building. You clarify, you connect this to that. I don't know, for me that was my big breakthrough to Yiddishkeit when I started to see how everything starts to connect up. Things aren't just whatever. And that changed my life. Everything's Hashgacha Pratis. My life started to flip around, but I started to see the flow. Even during this war, it's a painful thing, but Hashem showing us as Hashgacha Pratis. It's not whatever what's going on. It's very, very specific. It's brought down in the Zohar that this would be happening. It's brought down in Chazal, this would be happening. It's brought down in the Novi, the Muhammad's Gog and Magog. We're going through an aspect of that, and this is all brought down. It's all divine providence. It's not a whatever experience. So we are in historical times, and we have to appreciate that we were chosen to be the neshamas, to be at the time, and to live in Eretz Yisrael and be through historical moments. It's a huge thing. So this should bring us some simcha, this clarity that we have, and that goes together with building a place for Hashem to dwell. So he starts with the purpose of being a Benonim. Remember, the whole Sefer of Tanya is about becoming a Benonim. You know what Benonim means? It means an in-betweener. Not all of us are blessed to be a tzaddik. And Be'ez Hashem, we're not a Russia. We're not wicked. We're not holy, but we're not wicked. What are we? We're Benonim. A Benonim is a tremendous level. If you learn the Tanya properly, understand to be a Benonim is something in-betweener. So basically it means that your performance of Yiddishkeit is pretty flawless. Where's the issue? Within. You have a Yetzirah still, you have an evil inclination, you have a Nefesh Bahamas, you have an animal spirit. And this is what he's talking about, this Perek Lamed Hey, when you have this Nefesh Bahamas, you have to deal with it, and you have to still be able to serve Hashem with it. This is part of the reality of being a Beinoni. So he says, we're going to just read a few lines of the Tanya, and that will be today's share. Maybe we'll touch on just two small things on these farm as well. He says, Ala Pasach, Chacham Eina Barosho. It's very important. He's bringing here from the Loshana Yenuka. Yenuka was like this Gilui of Torah, this revelation of Torah, that the Yenuka was this holy soul. Imagine there was such a thing, like someone like Azi, a pure kid, who comes to these revelations, comes to these Torahs. By the way, I quoted you last night, Ari. I quoted you last night. What did I say? I didn't say this pasuk Chacham Eina Barosho. I said about the Kedesh YITZCHAK. That whole word. Beautiful Torah, Tati said, Abba said. Yeah? What's the case? It's like that this generation, we're all choosing ourselves to be the aisle. Not like YITZCHAK, where's the aisle? We ourselves are willing to be the aisle, especially the soldiers, especially those fighter pilots. They're choosing themselves. It's even higher level than the Kedesh YITZCHAK. We're talking about it when we were learning the Ketamaron. Ki boin asa anui davanosh. Ela kwa hakihu vadai tanan loye bachnosh begilui dereisha arba amas. So where's the Shem? Where is this revelation? Where's the Shem reveal his Sheichnah? So one of the places it reveals it is on your head. Did you know that? We've all got our heads covered here. Women don't have to because they're made Kuratsona. They're made the way Hashem wants them. So they don't need to have this head cover. We, when the Sheichnah comes down, we have to show respect to it, and it comes onto our heads, and we have to cover our heads. Yeah, when we're walking down in hours, my time, the Sheichnah shall reisha. Says the Tanya that the Sheichnah rests on your head. This is all the Zohar Kodesh, Holy Spirit. Yeah, v'chol chacham anui mili b'reish inun Bahu Deshari Kaima Al Reisha, Kadanui Taman Another Daha the Nora Dadlik Al Reisha, Astach La Mashicha. Yeah, so this is very deep, this is all Aramaic, but the main Nakuda that we'll learn from this, that Hashem's Shechina is Shora upon you, and it also goes together with this concept of the light. Yeah, when you light a candle, like a menorah or a flame, it's symbolic of the Shechina Shora on our heads. Begin the Gufa Davinosh Psila the Norad Alik Leila. So the Zohar Kodesh is saying something very deep. That you yourself, your body, is like a wick, and the Shechina is upon you like a flame. And that's really when you start to realize, I don't know if you ever saw this, did you ever look at a human being and see light around them? Did you ever see the light? Yeah, Levi just put out a song of a guy called Uriah. Uriah, Min HaShamayim, that's his name, his performing name. It means light, this oira, this light around you. Yeah? So that's the concept that we have to have around us, this light. The way that Shmuel Diamond explains it, the mechanics of Hasharas Shechina. The candle analogy, the flame, the light, the Shechina, the wick, this is the body. Your body is a wick. You know what a candle? There's a flame and there's a wick. Your body is the wick. Yeah, the Shechina is the flame. And the oil is the mitzvahs. When you do mitzvahs, you help your Abba do something. You come to shul right now. Big mitzvah. Give an Abba aim, learning Torah. Yeah, we're in a war. You come and do a mitzvah. This is like the oil that gives more flame to your light. Now, I'll give you an important thing. Sam, you're going to like this one, yeah? You ever listen to a guy called Gedalia Fenster? I'm going to give you a little bit of shalom bias advice.
You should, yeah.
Yossi knows this already, I'm sure, and BORUCH is definitely holding. But I'll tell you, Gedalia Fenster says this. He lives it. He's an example. He comes with his very masculine energy. He'll talk this way. He's a strong man, he's a strong guy, he's got his success, and comes. What's the Nakuda? He's saying that in order to a woman to really be attracted to a man, to have that unification between man and woman, the man has to come energized. How does he keep that energy? How does he come and with his full game on? One of the ways, and we're seeing it from here, is Pasha, by just doing mitzvahs. He gives you the oil so that you're shining, and then a woman's attracted to you. Yeah, we all want to be attractive, so we take time a little bit how we present ourselves. Hopefully, we're still doing that even at this point of our marriage. We work on our midas, we work on our attitude. We want to shine to attract that the good people in our life. But the real shine is going to come, and this is what the Tanya is teaching us on the inner level, is about how much oil we bring to our candle, so that we start to give off a light. You know, one of the things that Rav Shlomo brought down on Shavuot, which was so deep and so important, you really want to have shalom bayis. Remember, he was talking about smiling. Yeah? That saved my chuppah. Ari was actually there. But what saved my chuppah, your Abba was at my chuppah, what saved it was I smiled. My wife's going through some big challenges before the time of the actual chuppah, and the fact that it smiled, the Shechina, the Simcha, that's what gave her the Tehilim to go forward and Baruch Hashem, and that's the key. You have to do that throughout your whole relationship. Keep smiling at them. You don't always feel like it. Life can get a bit heavy, but we have to find a way around that. You know, there's a rabbi, I love listening to official Sheichnah. You always say, find a way to smile. Come home Shabbos night, smile to the family. It's the one time they're coming to see you, they'll stay all around you. All penechas, smile at your friends, smile at your loved ones. Yeah? The nefesh alakus is not capable of acting as the oil. For the nefesh alakus is not bitul b'matzias. It loves and fears Hashem. But on the other hand, the mitzvahs, being the inner reason for creation, include what's in Hashem with zero sense of selfhood, and are therefore truly merged with them and not separate in even the most subtle way. It's a very deep concept. The mitzvahs is one with the rots and the will of Hashem. So it's like the oil. The Hashash Shechina, the fire, on any given thing can only take place when there is bitul b'metzias, an actual nullification, and not just a bitul yesh. So this is a very deep concept. We're going to get into it, the whole Tanya, but it's something to know in life. When you do a mitzvah, you're getting to a level of bitul b'metzias. You're getting to a level where you're totally enveloped in what will of God what is, and that gives you ability to have place for the Shechina to be shown. So that really is a very, very deep, I think, lesson we can take with us. I'm just going to read the Baal Shem Tov 1 second, because we're here and we've had Shavuot, it's Hilula. It says here, what's another way of bringing the light of Hashem into your life? Soa taseh l'teva. Bring, and this is what we're doing. People are talking about these safe rooms, mamad. What's the best, safest place? To go into the teva. What's the teva, says the Baal Shem Tov? Torah and Tefilah. לעשות שר מן הטבע של תורה תפילה, לרוש הסתכלו עמו, בראש העולם ועד הסוף. You want to have a safe place to be? It's in the words of Torah and Tefilah. That's where the light of the Tevis Noach was lit up by the Soah. The Soah is the words of Torah and Tefilah. And that's why every time you enter into Torah and Tefilah, you're in a safe place. And the last thing.
As you're always looking up, you want to tell them what we did in the safe room?
Oh yeah, let's see.
Remember we went into the shelter at our friend's house?
And we did Tehilim.
Right,
yeah, that's it.
We did Tehilim.
Tehilim. So Tehilim, you know why it's so powerful about Tehilim? We said Torah and Tefilah. Tehilim has both Torah and Tefilah. Dovid Hamelech Hilula as well this month. It's a yichud, it's unification. When you say Tehilim, you're not just getting the mitzvah of davening, of Tefilah, because they're prayers, but they're also Torah. It's the only part of the Torah that bridges both the realm of Torah and Tefilah. That's Dovid Hamelech power. And that's why it's Mashiach, because Tehilim has both aspects. Brings together this unification between Torah and Tefilah. Just like we said, Te'umim, twins. Everything is an aspect of twins this month. So you get the two aspects, Torah and Tefilah, and they become one through Dovid Hamelech. You have the revealed Torah and the hidden Torah. Like we're learning the Zohar, the hidden Torah makes you reveal that every human being is walking around really as this flame. For Hashem, with the Sheichnah Shorah and the mitzvahs he does, it's the oil and the body, you light it up and you become one with Hashem in the most deepest level of nullification, and you light up this world. That's that's our all agoyim, that's our power. We'll end off with one more concept. The Meraglim, this week's Parsha and the Kuda, is the Shem Havaya is, unfortunately, as we said, is not in Seder. It's not going the right way. We want to try bring everything in the Seder. Just like Chodesh Nisan. So what do we do when we're in a time where things are not Seder? We have, Baruch Hashem, part of Yiddishkeit is there's always a connection to Zeichus Yitzrayim. One of the important reasons why we remember Zeichus Yitzrayim, because that's when Hashem is redeeming us. One of the important things we have to realize that Hashem is every night, every day, gives us this power of redemption, tunes us back into the Seder of Seder night. We're never disconnected from the Seder. We always have connection to Seder. Hakol b'Seder, as everyone says in Israel. You ask someone, Kol b'Seder, how you doing? Kol b'Seder. How you doing? Kol b'Seder. How you doing? Kol b'Seder. What's Seder? And everything's in the Seder. Having a Seder in life, that's also connected when we said Shlach Lecha, Shulchan is making Seder in your life, making everything clear. And then you have the Simcha, and then you have the Shechina. See how everything connects up. Anyway, we should be Zocher, please God, to have more Seder, more clarity, to do our Shlichus, do our mission. We had a lot of points here to bring the Shechina into our life. We're all covering our heads because we have respect to Hashem's Shechina that's sure upon us. Yeah, this is Yamaka, Yira Malka. This is who we are. We have a connection to Hashem, and it's not just stuff. So we should be blessed. A beautiful night, beautiful day, and only good news. And all our mashal should have Shmir Eliyahu. And please God, with these kind of learnings, we should keep growing closer to Hashem and the true ultimate simcha. Amen. And we should please God, you guys should have your own simchas. You make your own, attract your soulmates and have beautiful times together in your own homes. Amen.